Welcome to part 2 of rating new fragrances. For those who missed part 1, I'll put a link in the description box. We're going to start off with 2 new fragrances from BDK, Ce Soir Extrait and Vanille Leather. Ce Soir Extrait is a flanker to Ce Soir, which is a fruity quince to patchouli scent. I am not a fan of this one at all. To me, this smells like syrupy fruits and a patchouli bomb. If you don't like patchouli, you're not gonna like this. If you like patchouli and you like sweet fragrances, you'll probably really enjoy this. I'd recommend this perfume if you like La Vie est Belle from Lancôme or Poirier d'un Soir from Miller Harris. I find this fragrance repulsive, so for me, this perfume is a pass. Vanille Leather, on the other hand, is a completely different story, and I would rank it as a pretty good fragrance and recommend it to those of you who like powdery vanillas. There's something nostalgic about Vanille Leather, almost bringing me back to childhood, playing with dolls, and then sneaking into my mother's bathroom and trying on all her lipsticks, all whilst she is baking a vanilla cake. This, to me, is what Vanille Leather is about. The leather is very misleading. It should be vanilla violet, in my opinion. This is a great perfume for layering. I actually mixed it with my favorite new fragrance discovery, Black Datura. I sprayed Vanilla Leather first and then Black Datura on top for Miller Harris, and oh my goodness, you will smell delicious all night long. Next up, we have Prada Paradoxe Intense, and this perfume brings nothing to the table. It is a waste of shelf space, a overly sugary, generic, sweet cash cow of a perfume. Seriously, guys, it brings nothing. Between the Intense and the original, I would recommend the original, even though the original is yet another sweet white floral perfume. It's nice, but there are plenty of other fragrances like that out there. The Intense, I will say, is much stronger and projects very well. So if you like the original Prada Paradoxe and you want something that is very outspoken and strong, go for the Intense. So if you like lychee fragrances, you need to get your nose on Tutti Twilly d'Hermes, the latest addition to the Twilly range from Hermes. This perfume smells like the entirety of a lychee fruit. The skin, the juicy tart pulp, everything. As it dries down, you'll find the familiar Twilly d'Hermes DNA, this powdery, white floral spicy notes that dries down a bit soapy and spicy, but it's predominantly a fruity, tropical, lychee or lychee perfume. It's not gonna be for everyone. I find this perfume to be really polarizing, but if you are a diehard fan of lychee, definitely give it a sniff. Next up, we have the new Oudgasm collection from Kayali. I don't know about you, but I don't think I've been this invested in a new perfume launch like ever. My favorite one. It is also the fragrance that's the easiest to understand, easiest to wear. It's called Vanilla Oud, and it is, as the name suggests, a vanilla oud fragrance. So the notes are vanilla sugar, praline, saffron, white musk, oak moss, and oud. To me, this smells like a creamy, soft vanilla scent. I don't get much oud, if I'm honest. There is structure, but it's not oud as you would traditionally imagine it. If you like Utopia Vanilla Cocoa, this perfume is gonna be right up your alley. I'm getting Utopia Vanilla Cocoa vibes with a dark, sexy base, like a dark, sexy, woody base. This is so good. 10 out of 10 fragrance release. It's on the quieter side, so it doesn't project as much as the others. However, it does seem to last a pretty decent amount of time on my skin. Next is Rose Oud, and it's exactly what the name of the perfume says. It's a rose to oud combination. It's nice, it's pretty, a fresh, more citrusy rose with a soft, easygoing oud. It's not anything groundbreaking. I've seen better when it comes to rose oud fragrances. It is a beginner-friendly rose to oud combo, so if you're dipping your toes into this category and you want something that is soft and not too in your face, I would say that Rose Oud is a good one to try. However, from the entire collection, it's the most underwhelming one. Next is Tobacco Oud, and the notes are mandarin, white honey, geranium, vanilla, tobacco, and oud. This is going to be for you if you love niche fragrances. Very complex and layered and multifaceted. It is so stunning. This is a 10 out of 10 new fragrance release. If you like honey in perfumes, you need to check this out. Imagine crushed, dried tobacco leaves drizzled in honey. It is warm, spicy, earthy, not too sweet. It's more of a sophisticated, elegant perfume, and I can imagine this on a guy who's going out in the evening on a date. This would do very well. And finally, we have Café Oud. The notes are cappuccino, geranium, rose damascena, white musk, vanilla, and oud. If you like fragrances from Tom Ford, such as Noir de Noir or Café Rose, you're going to love this. It's in the same territory, an addictive ground coffee bean type of scent that meets a voluptuous, velvety red rose. Dark, rich, intense. This is pretty good fragrance if you ask me. Also, I wanted to show you something really cool that I can't wait to play around with a little bit more from the Kayali line. So Bahur, which I'm not familiar with, and apologies if I butcher the name, is the concept of burning oud chips that are infused with an essence. And then you get this gorgeous mist that diffuses, that perfumes the room, but you can also use it to perfume your clothes. It's quite big in the Middle East, and I've never seen this, so I'm very, very excited to share this with you. I've tried it and it smells gorgeous. Look at this. I think it's a really cool concept to scent a room, scent your clothes with these oud chips. It's a nice little perfume ritual. And I wish I had discovered it earlier. Okay, so I've added the oud chips. And then I'm gonna turn this on. Can you see that? Oh my goodness, this smells so good. I love this. Next, we have L'Interdit Rouge Ultime from Givenchy, a highly requested perfume to review. This perfume has the addition of cacao, so you can think of it as a chocolate white floral fragrance. I mean, it sounds delicious, right? For me, I get a little bit of a Nesquik, like hot chocolate in the morning that you drink type of scent, with floral elements like that bubblegummy tuberose. It's nice. The dry down resembles a lot to some of the other fragrances within the collection. I don't find it to be that different enough to justify the higher price. So for me, this perfume is just all right, but I would still check it out if you're looking for a chocolate floral perfume that is very seductive. So Gucci have released a new edition under their Gucci Flora range, gorgeous Magnolia. Love the purple bottle. The notes in this fragrance are Magnolia, dewberry accord, and patchouli. It's a soft floral musky scent with a tart berry note from dewberry, as well as the swirl of coconut milk. So it's nice, it's pretty. I don't find it to be anything so outstanding, crazy, outbreaking. So for me, it's just all right. I much rather wear the gorgeous jasmine. That one I find is way better. Next up, we have Chloé L'Eau de Parfum Lumineuse. And this perfume is so different to the original Chloé, which is this beautiful rose musky DNA. Here we have a white floral amber DNA with a little bit of rose, which differentiates this perfume compared to the other perfumes within the sweet white floral category. So if you like fragrances such as Voce Viva, Prada Paradoxe, you're going to enjoy this perfume. I find it's quite elegant and refined, so for me this is a pretty good fragrance and I would recommend you check it out. Next we have Viktor and Rolf Good Fortune Elixir Intense. This is a floral to incense perfume, white floral explosion with a lot of incense, smoky. I'm gonna be honest, it's not giving that much. I don't find it to be exceptional or just worth even exploring. So for me, this perfume is a pass. As far as floral incense fragrances go, I would recommend you go for Golden Gardenia from Jo Loves. That perfume is a spectacular gardenia creamy white floral with that incense base that is super seductive and sexy. Calvin Klein have released a new perfume called My Euphoria, and this is such a sexy fragrance. What is going on? I would recommend to try this if you like fragrances such as Good Girl from Carolina Herrera, Hugo Boss Alive, or I Want Choo from Jimmy Choo. This perfume is going to be right up your alley. A juicy, tart, fruity blackcurrant with florals, orchid, and a really sexy, yummy, ambery, woody base. It's giving 2010 fun college night out. Oh, it is delightful. And I would rank it as a pretty good fragrance. So vanilla fragrances have been trending. There's been lots of new vanilla perfume releases, and I'll make a video on these very soon. And Parfums de Marly have launched their very own vanilla called Althair, I don't know how to say this, but it's the orange bottle within the men's line. It's a spicy vanilla. You have cinnamon, cardamom that complements a yummy edible vanilla. It's mass appealing, so not too crazy complex, but I really like this. It smells familiar, and I would say it's a little bit more masculine leaning. I feel like I've smelled this in masculine fragrances, like the sweeter masculine colognes, maybe Spice Bomb Extreme, which is a good thing because I love Spice Bomb Extreme, and I think this perfume would be perfect for date night. And this is a good perfume for those of you who are maybe a bit intimidated or don't like overly spicy vanilla fragrances. I'm thinking Lune Féline from Atelier des Arts, for example. Those type of very strong cardamom dominant vanilla scents. You'll get something that is more mellow and chilled with Althair. Great longevity, great projection. This is a 10 out of 10 new fragrance release. This next fragrance is the equivalent of Libre from YSL, but for guys, the new Myself. There is an oceanic, fresh, crisp, aromatic feel with a warmer floral honeyed base with orange blossom. And the dry down reminds me a little bit of Fierce from Abercrombie & Fitch, which I love and I find so sexy. Guys, if you're looking for a smart casual perfume that you can wear all year round, all seasons, for all occasions, this is the one that you should go for. Ladies and gentlemen, if you love fresh tuberose perfumes, you need to get your nose on Tuberose and Silk from Floris. It is a green tuberose, fresh, and smells like the entirety of the flower. The petals and the light green stem. Super similar to D'Ausson from Diptyque, so if you already have D'Ausson by Diptyque, you don't need this fragrance. D'Ausson is a dewy fresh tuberose, so more on the fresh petal side. Whereas Tuberose and Silk develops a warm, balmy feeling in the dry down because there's benzoin in this perfume. So it's warmer and I would say a touch more sophisticated than D'Ausson from Diptyque, which makes it good to wear during the day, but also transition into the evening. And I'm gonna rank this fragrance as a pretty good scent. Next is Rouge Chaotique from Byredo, and this perfume smells as if you were wearing Baccarat Rouge whilst baking a plum pie. Think of Baccarat Rouge DNA and add some tart plum in the mix and you get Rouge Chaotique. So it's not anything that is groundbreaking. It does smell nice, so it's a fruity berry twist on Baccarat Rouge. If you already have Baccarat Rouge, frankly, you don't need to get Rouge Chaotique. It will just be redundant. So for me, this perfume is going to be a pass. If you're looking for a fresh oud perfume that you can wear all year round, I'd recommend you try Lightspeed from Floraiku. This is a Hermes exclusive and it celebrates an Earl Grey tea. So you're gonna get bergamot, you're gonna get a black tea, which is enhanced by the darkness and boldness of oud. I'd recommend you go for this if you're into fragrances such as Perfect Oud from Elixir or Eau de Memo, those refreshing oud perfumes that are versatile, that you can wear in all seasons. Then I recommend you try Lightspeed. This is a pretty good fragrance release in my opinion. And if you're venturing into the oud category for the first time, this is a beginner-friendly perfume. Next is Aqua Media Cologne from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and it is the perfect fragrance to instantly cool you down. So if you live in hot, humid environments or you're entering into spring and summer, I would definitely recommend you add this perfume to your cart. It is so refreshing. You have bergamot, verbena, fennel, matcha tea, and for me this smells like an iced verbena lemonade. I want you to imagine that you're sipping on an iced verbena lemonade somewhere in the south of France on a hamaca, reading a book and then like dozing off and just chilling in the summer sun. Like that for me is what this perfume is about. Very fresh, aromatic, a bit green as well, and I'm gonna say it's a pretty good fragrance and I would highly recommend you check it out. Finally, we have Lara Peach from Memo. This is a Selfridges exclusive, so you can get it in London and perhaps as well on their website. It's an earthy, spicy peach perfume. It's complemented with jasmine, turmeric, cinnamon, vanilla, and benzoin. It's like blending turmeric and peach in a blender and adding a dash of vanilla extract. It's a delicious perfume. It dries down spicy and resinous. It doesn't have the strongest projection, sadly, and a moderate wear, but I'm gonna rank this as a pretty good perfume because it's a unique take on a peach. And that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried any of these fragrances. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, spread the fragrant love.